just international order. After the Second World War, people spanning the circumference of our world came together to do something special and beautiful.
好啊，咁啊，今日我哋嚟到倫敦呢一邊啦。咁啊，集會現場而家呢度集會現場啦。不過咧，今日就搞呢個手機搞好耐啊嚇，因為即係次搞 YouTube 直到用手機直播嘅話咧，咁啊都好難做到打橫啊。咁啊，唯有而家咁樣做啦，係俾大家睇下集會現場。
We've always had to stand up to tyranny and oppression. It's in the struggle that we renew our commitment to these values of freedom, and we preserve the foundations for another generation. My party, the Liberal Democrats, have always believed that Britain's role in this world is to embody a liberal, open, democratic, and internationalist foreign policy. And it's those values that lead me to stand in front of you today. And I say proudly, I am an ally of the people of Hong Kong. Now, this isn't just because we share a Commonwealth history, and it's not just because many of you are British passport holders, but because we're all human beings. And we all deserve democracy. We all deserve liberty, and we all deserve security. This protest today is in the great tradition of that British pursuit of liberal values. And I'm so proud to see so many of you from Sutton and beyond standing here before us. No matter the risks and no matter the cost, because I know that many of you fear impact and repression upon your families and friends in Hong Kong by the Chinese and Hong Kong governments, and that's why many of you are hiding your faces today. That's how much you fear the actions of the CCP here and abroad on you and your families, and that's why this process is so important today. So seeing those faces, seeing those hidden faces, reminds me, and it should remind every member of Parliament, that we must never be afraid to tell foreign governments in our dealings with them that we will not stand idly by whilst liberty is under attack. We will call it out whenever we see it, and efforts to enforce their repression on our streets, to bring their transnational repression to our own communities, are a grave violation of our trust, of international security, and are not acceptable under any circumstances. My party firmly believes that we must take a strong stance against the CCP and champion the rights of the people that it seeks to silence. So I assure you today, the plans for the embassy's relocation here will be opposed by my party, and we will continue to hold the government to account to ensure that activities like the bounties on your brave activists are protested and stopped on behalf of all of you, because in each of us lives the calling of conscience, and we cannot shrink from it. We must let it guide us towards a just, liberal and peaceful international order. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you today, and thank you for your protest.
我啱啱即係 repeat 下啦，咁就啱啱嗰個咧就係自由 Lib Dem 嘅 MP 嚟嘅，咁佢就代表佢嗰個議員就旗幟鮮明咁樣反對呢一個超級大使館。
Thank you. I wanted to explain to you my reasons for being here today. On the face of it, I'm here because I have thousands of Hong Konger constituents and I'm here to be their voice. I'm also here today in my capacity of Vice Chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Group for Hong Kong. But the real reason I'm here stretches all the way back to my childhood. When I was young, I was always fascinated by the world and the unfairness in it. Etched into my memory were images of desperate poverty in Africa and young girls in Afghanistan without rights. And it never sat well with me. I always asked myself how and why. How is it that on the same planet people could live so differently? And why is it that opportunity wasn't the same for everybody? And so before my career started last year in Parliament, my career was in international development. Because I'd grown up with the impression that over time things got better. That people got more access to healthcare and education. They earned more rights and that freedoms received ever greater, more protection. And I wanted to be a part of that. And so I also volunteered with human rights organisations across the world and worked with young political activists. And I did all that because I wanted to be part of that slow march towards progress. But in that work, an ugly truth was revealed to me. In 2012, I was in Istanbul with young Turks who were telling me about the backsliding happening under President Erdogan and his increasingly authoritarian rule. In 2014, I was in Ukraine and young Ukrainians were telling me in Kyiv not to believe Vladimir Putin and to understand his true intentions for their country. In Morocco, in Jordan, in Tunisia and Egypt, I watched the Arab Spring and democracy rise up as quickly as it fell away. And in all those experiences, I learned a couple of things. The first is that there is nothing inevitable about progress and that things go backwards as well. And the second is that you have to listen to the people on the ground. They're the one who know their realities best, and you should heed their warnings very early. Now, it's 2025, and a lot of that might seem quite obvious to a lot of us. There's a lot of chaos and conflict in the world, and the stories I just told you in hindsight seem so straightforward. And yet, we're about to make the same mistake again. We're standing outside a gift, a giant gift the size of a super embassy to China. And yet we know what China is responsible for. We've seen them tear apart the joint declaration. We've seen them put bounties on the heads of citizens in this country who are saying that they want to live in peace and with freedom. And you can leave aside some of the other concerns about this site, the security concerns well founded by our intelligence agencies and by the US Congress, or the logistical challenges of this site. Apparently the police say that protests could go ahead here and last time was a one-off. Well, I think we've proven them wrong today upon that point. But more broadly, I want to talk about the status symbol that this would gift to China. The largest Chinese embassy in Europe. A great big welcome mat, inviting them in to dust off their feet and say that this is their home, despite the knowledge of all of what I've just said. And what is it all for? It's for the tiniest bit of leverage in a trade negotiation that is always going to be settled on the economic realities of those two countries. Why? Why are we offering them this small gift in exchange for risking our national security? In exchange for giving up our values and principles that this country's been built on? In exchange for the international law that we worked so hard to set? Why are we doing that? I'm here today to say no to all of that. And I'm here to say yes to freedom. Because I might not have that same naive optimism I had as a child, but I still feel as motivated today as I did then to stand by those principles. I thank you for coming here today to stand alongside them too. Let's stand for freedom.
Thank you very much indeed, Bobby. And finally, please welcome Sir Ian Duncan-Smith, former Conservative Party leader and former Secretary of State for Work and Pensions.
I am here because I am sanctioned by the Chinese government because we stood up for the Uyghur who are in genocide, and I believe in freedom. Many of you are here because you have fled this authoritarian regime that has stolen your rights, stolen your freedom of speech, and stolen your ability to ever have a protest in Hong Kong like this. Shame on you, the Chinese government. And up in the Mint, in the very building that they want as an embassy right now, they are photographing all of you to take the records back to their government and try and seek you out. Let's all wave to them now and tell them we believe in freedom. Give them a big wave. I do not understand why a British government elected by a free people in a democracy governed by the rule of law and freedom of speech, how can this government, as it watches as Chinese government puts illegal police stations in the United Kingdom, how can they believe that they can do a deal with a government that lies to them every single day? How can they do business with a government that puts a Confucius Institute into our universities to spy on all of you and to hound any Chinese student that ever says anything against the Chinese government? How can they believe in that? And how can they think that a Chinese government will stand by its agreements when this is the same government that has stolen the freedom of the Chinese people in Hong Kong, who had a treaty, an international treaty, and they simply tore it up, moved in, and arrested so many of you and your families. Shame on the government if they believe that. You are here because you are brave. You know that there are in the crowd, there are some people who are busy trying to figure out who is here and take their names. Out there in the community, we now know that the Chinese government is trying to get British people who are neighbors of any of you who have bounties on your head to spy on you and take you to the embassy so they can arrest you. That is exactly what they are about. They do not believe in freedom. They do not believe in justice. They do not believe in free speech or the ability to congregate. And yet the British government that is founded on all of those runs to China in a pose that's kowtow to them and begs them to take over this country with their money. That must never, ever happen. This embassy that they want, they must never have. It is a historical site, first of all. It is the foundation of our currency. No other country would give that away. It has a historical element in it as well of an old church. And they will never be able to get access to that ever again to see it. Their China has said no. And most of all, there are British citizens, over 200 of them, living on this site. The British government has abandoned them. Shame on you for forgetting about your own people. Everywhere that China goes, when they found a mega embassy, what do we know? That attacks on Chinese dissidents in that country increased dramatically as they put more and more of their spies into this sort of place and hunt you down. I am a British politician. We are of all different parties. We believe together that we work together to protect the freedom of all of those who live in this country, whatever their backgrounds are. I swear to you here today, we will not give up. We will fight this idea of a super embassy here, and we will fight for your freedom.
all of our 5 speakers. And before I hand things over to our co-organizer, 光復香港，時代革命，光復香港，時代革命。Thank you.
Okay, so this is the second part of our speech, and it's the activist group, and these are the co-organizers. So we have several chants, and then I think they have already shared on our media. So if you know, then we chant together. China, 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 out, out, out. 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 Take down the CCP. 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 1, we are the people. 2, we won't be silent. 3, resist the CCP now, 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 now. 1, we are the people. 2, we won't be silent. 3, resist the CCP now, 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 now. 1, we are the people. 2, we won't be silent. 3, resist the CCP now, now, now. No mega embassy! 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 What do you want? No mega embassy! When do you want it? Now! What do you want? No mega embassy! When do you want it? Now! What do you want? No mega embassy! When do you want it? Now! China lies! People die! 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 Free Tibet! Free Tibet! Free Uyghurs! Free Uyghurs! Free Kyrgyzstan! Free Kyrgyzstan! Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong! Keep Taiwan free! Keep Taiwan free! All together we will win! 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 No mega embassy! 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 What do you want? No mega embassy! When do you want it? Now! What do you want? No mega embassy! When do you want it? Now! What do you want? No mega embassy! When do you want it? Now! No mega embassy! 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 Okay. So now we are back after 8th of Feb, and now we would like to welcome our local residents. Mark.
No big embassy. No big embassy. No big embassy. am the treasurer of the Royal Mint Court Association. Our land, we live on what's now Chinese lands. We are the border for the embassy. There is a wooden fence that divides us from what will be Embassy House, where the supposed embassy staff will be living. That we are concerned about our security, our safety, and our privacy. And I know you all know the problems you have when dealing with the Chinese Communist Party. We understand that because we are standing here and thinking they will be putting cameras up and watching our movement on our estate. Anything that they may see as being suspicious, they may well then come in because they are our landlords and deal with us. We've all seen what happened in Manchester. We've also seen there's plenty of footage on YouTube of where people have been chased down the street by staff from the embassy. We are really concerned about our privacy and about our security. At the inquiry, the KCs, the barristers for the Chinese applicants, said there's no issues, it's all fine, we are just scaremongering. You tell me if we're scaremongering, you tell me that is what they do. That's what they do, don't they? They frighten us and they take control of our lives, and we don't want that. Yeah?
喂，好啦，呢度咧換個第二條片先。
So no mega embassy.
No mega embassy.